Balboa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw in the internet.
What do you think about Gervonta Davis Lomachenko?
It's a good fight. It's a really good fight because both fighters are good.
Those are the words of Canelo Alvarez. And surprisingly, he was speaking English to Ellie Setback. Shout out to him for making this interview, conducting this interview. You know, he's allowed those type of passageways into the Canelo gym and in Roberto Garcia's gym, you know, of those natures. But he asked him about Gervonta Tank Davis, you know, and it's always interesting to hear what other fighters from different weight classes feel about different fighters from other weight classes. You know what I mean? What's their take on each other? Because everybody's an expert, you know, like me, in my opinion, and everyone else. But then it's a different thing, a totally different perspective when someone's in the ring and they have their take on other fighters. And Canelo, you know, was like, hey, you know, he's really good. You know, he's very good, you know, and I think that Lomachenko and Gervonta Tank Davis is a really good fight because they're really good. You know, I mean, he didn't show, like I told you guys, Canelo can speak English. You know what I'm saying? Si se puede hablar inglés. He can. It's just, he doesn't want to all the time. You know, so this is a rare interview with him without saying too much words in Spanish versus practicing his English. You know, I think that if you go to any country, you should want to learn the language, you know. So I always believe that, you know. Some people say, won't you speak this? You know, well, I mean, if you're here, you know, that's one thing. But if you're there or that place or that country, you should speak the language or whatnot. But Canelo is surprisingly, you know, he likes Gervonta Tank Davis, says he's a good fighter. He didn't go into saying anything personal about the man, but it is what matters. He's in the ring. So that's a good thing to hear one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world say some congratulates and some good words about Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, he's a hard puncher. He's very quick, very fast. You know, people look at him like the mini Mike Tyson. So it does look good to hear someone speak good about other fighters. And I think me counterpunching Canelo Alvarez, I think a lot of people should do a lot more like Canelo. You know, instead of bashing a fighter or this, that, and the other, looking at the weaknesses, you know, let's congratulate the things that they do well. You know, that's the positive aspect of the fight game, you know, not always praising them, because if they have some improvement to be done, that's one thing. But I think that job is a lot to do with the trainers themselves, and they can make those critiques, you know, besides everyone else. And I know I counter a lot of people, so don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, it's always good to give credit where credit due. And that's exactly what Canelo Alvarez was doing for Tank Davis and Lomachenko. You know, you can't leave them out because they did ask about a Lomachenko and Gervonta Tank Davis fight. However, that is a good fight between the two. It is. That's a very good fight. And in fact, that's one of the fights that I want. If Teofimo Lopez is not going to fight Loma again, let Loma fight Tank Davis. Tank Davis has to go through the ringer of experience as well, along with Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia, because they have actually fought someone worth a damn. You know, if Gervonta Tank Davis is worth the hype, put him in there with Lomachenko, Leonard Arlovski, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Hear this video. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Canelo Alvarez speaking in English and praising Gervonta Tank Davis. Well, congratulating him then, that he's a good fighter. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.